All right, so this is the best kind of space heater to get if you want something that's basically totally silent, which I think is important for environments like your bedroom where you're trying to sleep and you don't want any noise, your listening room, or if you have a home theater, or if you're an audiophile and you want to bring that signal to noise ratio down, you don't want any background noise. It is the oil-filled radiator type of heater. I've tried several different kinds of space heaters, and the oil-filled radiator is really the type of heater that is going to be the most quiet. In fact, it's actually on right now and it's not making any noise at all. The only negative about these type of heaters is they tend to heat up a little bit slower than a heater with a fan or some other kind of a forced heat type of heater. However, I have found that it does still heat up faster than you might expect, and it also maintains the heat in the room quite well. So I kind of recommend it. The only time you might hear a little bit of a noise is when it clicks on and off, but that's very minor. Yeah, so again, if you're like me and you're quite sensitive to sound, this is going to be a welcome change from any kind of heater that makes any kind of noise at all. Even central heat and air will make noise because it, is forced air, and you'll hear that coming out of the vents, whereas this is totally silent. Now I use this in conjunction with a programmable thermostat, which I have here. It's made by a company called Lux, and the model number on it is WN100. And what this thermostat allows me to do is program not only the temperature that I want to have it set at, but also the times that I want to have particular temperatures set. So at night it's typically a little bit lower, like I have it at 68 degrees, and then during the day it automatically goes up to 70 degrees at certain times. And of course I can just turn the whole system off with this switch right here. I can just turn it off like that. So this is just basically like a household thermostat, but it works very well in conjunction with this heater to maintain the temperature in the room quite well. So I highly recommend this inline programmable thermostat as well in conjunction with the heater, and I'll post links to both of them in the description field below. The other thing about these oil-filled radiator heaters is don't get one with a built-in timer, because the built-in timers sometimes can make buzzing sounds and clicks. Some of the modern ones have a timer somewhere down here that you can set. Those tend to not be as silent as just the simple ones. This one is really simple. It just basically has 3 power modes: low, medium, and high. I think it's like 700 watts, 800 watts, and then 1500 watts, but I measured it and it actually only draws about 1300 watts or 1350 watts on high. It does have a built-in temperature set thing that says thermostat, and it just goes from like 0 to 10 or whatever. So you could use that to regulate the temperature in the room if you don't want to get the separate external thermostat, although I find that I just put this on high and then I use the external thermostat to set the actual temperature that I want in the room, like 70 degrees or whatever, and I find that works pretty well for me. The other thing is, if you get a more complex oil-filled radiator space heater that has digital controls, a lot of times those will not work with the external thermostat, because the external thermostat just cuts out the power and cuts on the power, and some of the ones with digital controls will not actually power back on when the power comes back onto it. So basically, and this is kind of rare in life, but the cheaper and simpler model is going to be the best one actually. No need to get something really complicated or complex with these. And here's sort of the side view of the heater. So I've been really quite happy with this oil space heater, mainly because it's so silent and yet it works so well in terms of maintaining the temperature in the room. And very importantly, when it's running, it is completely silent. Thanks for watching. See you in my next video, and for any questions or comments, please feel free to leave them.